Good day, folks. In this little tutorial, I'm going to show you how to add color shifting to your time lapses. We'll be using free software from GoPro called GoPro Studio, and it can be downloaded at gopro.com, and it's bundled in with their quick desktop app. Now, first thing we're going to have to do is import the time-lapse in, one that we've already done, and we do so by going to the left-hand side of the page. You can see here, and we'll import it in. Now I've already gone ahead and done that, so I'll just close that out. The next thing is we're going to have to convert it into a format that can be easily edited. And now's a good time. Check your settings. I like to leave it on the highest quality possible, and that will just allow for more things we can do to it down the road if we need to zoom in and that without losing quality. So we will then add it to our conversion list once we've got all our settings set there. Add it to the conversion list, and then we will convert it. So once it's in our conversion list, we're now going to hit the convert all button. I'll do that, and now I'm going to skip ahead. It could take some time, depending on the size of your time lapse, anywhere from a few minutes to 4 or 5 minutes to 10 minutes. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now we have moved over to step 2 along the top here. Our time lapse has been converted into an editable format. And the first thing we're going to do is drag our time lapse down to the work area. And from here you can preview it. It's nice, but we're going to make it look even nicer. Now you can do some editing, with the color and that, but for this time-lapse video, we're just going to strictly do the color fading. So what I'm going to do first, though, is I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and all that, the only reason I'm doing that is just so we can see the final effect a little easier. So we're going to go to video controls, framing controls. And we're just going to zoom in, and I'm going to move the horizontal just over a little bit that way, and vertical just up a little bit, just so it's more in center frame. So now what we're going to do is make sure we're on the first frame. So you can do so by clicking these back and forth arrows. Just make sure the little scrub bar here is at the beginning. And what we're going to want to go to is image controls. And there's a lot of different things you can do with fading. You can up the exposure down, bring the exposure down. You can use some of these effects here like night vision, but we're just going to do it from color to black and white. So the first thing, now that we're on our first frame here, we're going to add a keyframe. Now we're going to hit this jump arrow here, so it's going to go to the last frame, and now we're going to add another keyframe by clicking this little plus sign. So if you want it to fade from color to black and white, we're going to edit from the last keyframe. If you want it to go from black and white into color, then we would edit from the front one, but we're going to fade to black and white, so we're going to make sure we're on the last keyframe, and we're just going to bring the saturation down. Slide it down so you can see now that it's all black and white, and we can use this little scrub bar, and you can see as I move it, it's slowly going to black and white. Now you can make the transition quicker by adding another keyframe in the middle, so it will transition from color to black and white a lot sooner than throughout the whole time lapse. Now at this point we can kind of preview a bit more and make some adjustments if we want. You can at this point go back to the first frame and maybe bump up the saturation a little bit. That'll help pull out some of the color, make it more dramatic from the color to the black and white fade. You might also want to play with the exposure. Bump that up a little bit. That will help bring out some of the detail in the clouds. I wouldn't overdo it because it will make it look a little funny. And at this point too, I have another video that shows you how to add some motion to your time lapse. It's very simple to do as well, so check that out. And once we're happy with it, we can export it. And I'm just going to do a 1080 just standard YouTube format, and we'll export. Call it color fade. Now we'll just let that export, and I just want to say thanks for watching my video. Hopefully you found it useful. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up. We have lots of time-lapse tutorial videos coming over the coming weeks and coming months, so stick around for them. And now the results.